Competitive gaming is on the rise, and RIT has taken the steps to become a bigger presence. But can a sport like this become the same as this?
I think that depends on a number of different things. I think that a sport is something that's really competitive, but for me, something that you can compete for, but you also use your body, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of what I define a competitive sport being. For example, like if you're in basketball, crossing over a guy and dunking is a really athletic move, where moving your thumbs is not necessarily as much of an athletic move, or like what I would consider like a sport. But I do know, and I do think that the hours that you put into your traditional sport or like a video game sport, like an esport, it is a lot of work for both of them, and I do recognize that it takes a lot of skill to definitely do it. I know that I'm not good at it. I know it takes a lot of skill to do it. So I think that there's I think if esports were to become like a Division I sport, I think that there'd have to be some kind of clarification, I guess, as to what defines a sport.
If competitive gaming is actually a sport, would we be inclined to call them athletes?
Again, I don't know, because again, they're very good competitors, but they don't use their body necessarily to the full capacity as a traditional athlete might with their respective sport. I think that they'd be considered along kind of like, I don't know if it's a good comparison, but kind of like darts, a sport like that. I do think it takes more skill to play a video game than it does to take darts, but that motion where you're using your thumbs versus that motion with your hand, I think that would be the kind of similar athletic qualities that you'd need to require for like a game like darts and for video games. And I do think it does require good hand-eye coordination to be able to do it, to be able to focus on the screen and move your thumbs without even looking at what they're doing on the controller. But I don't know. I don't think I would consider them athletes in the same respect as what we hold true to be athletes in NBA, MLB, NHL, NFL, that kind of thing. But I do recognize that again that they're very competitive in what they do. So I don't think I would call them athletes in that respect.